Hey everyone, Dustin here with Jagged Brush Studios with another unboxing for the 5th Trooper Network. Today I've got something exciting. I've got the Armoured Justice starter set from Wild West Exodus, produced by Warcradle Games. We had them on our podcast recently, and we figured we'd do an unboxing to show you what you might get if you were to pick up one of these starter sets. So they have these starter sets for the different factions that you choose to play in the game. I am choosing to play the Lawman, so I picked up the Lawman starter set. I'm going to go through the box with you. This is my first time opening it. The only thing I've done is taken off the plastic wrap that comes with it so that we didn't have to try to do that later. So, looking at the box, looks like you get two separate boxes with the sleeve around it. You've got the Armored Justice Posse set, and then the Rules and Govern set. You've got a cool little back image on the box that shows you all the different things that you get inside, the miniatures and what options they come with, and explains what miniatures come for each side. So, for this Posse set, we're going to get Morgan Earp, some Lawbots, a couple of gun dogs, and then a bunch of gubbins and rules to play the game. So, why don't we go ahead and get started with taking a look into what comes in our Posse box. So, take this sleeve off. I'll set that off to the side, and we're going to push the gubbins box up here and take a look at this box. So first thing, they feel pretty light for what they are, so I'm imagining it's plastic miniatures. Oh look, a sleeve inside a sleeve. It's sleeveception. Sorry about that, it's a bad joke. Box is really pretty. Looks like a nice wooden box that you got into. Mine's got a little shipping damage on the side, but it's real cool. Has a foil inset on there. As you slide it open, you've got miniatures in here that are all packed in bubble wrap, it looks like. So we've got a sprue of I assume these are the dogs, I think, with all of their options. So you've got the two dogs. You've got all your bases that are in there, and these bases are really cool. I like how they look as compared to other bases. They look like display stand bases. Very Western themed feeling. Really excited with what I can do with those. Look at the sprue one more time, and got a couple of bodies for the law dogs, or the canines on there, and all kinds of different weapon choices on there. Different things that you can do. Let me move that, maybe you can give it a look through there. So, alright. We'll get to the cards in just a minute. Let's see. It's interesting that everything's wrapped in bubble wrap. I've never seen that before. But it is kind of cool. Looks like because they're resin, I would assume. Mine seems to have come off of it. This is... I'm not sure who this is. Looks to be one of the Lawbots, maybe. Not sure. But they come on a sprue in there. Multi-piece miniatures. Doesn't look like they have a whole lot of mold lines or anything to clean up. Looks like they're fairly clean to begin with. Take the plastic bag and let's get a closer look. So, yeah, not really any mold lines that I'm seeing. Not a whole lot of flashing to clean up either. Maybe a little bit like on the inside of the legs in a couple places, but under the arm some. But overall, really clean miniatures. May take a little bit of work. There we go. They pop together decently well. But yeah, I like it a lot. Very detailed. Very cool looking. And if I'm not careful enough, they'll pop right off of those little sprues that they're on. So, cool. So that one aside. Let's see what's in this other one. There's two different things in here. This is one of the Lawbots for sure. Kind of odd that one comes in a bag and one doesn't. Kind of inconsistent basing. And or inconsistent shipping. Both the ones that I've opened, I've had a piece pop off of the sprue, which is fine. A little bit of flashing there to clean up on the gun. And then we've got his hat and arms on the other one. So, it's pretty cool. Very detailed miniature. Have to get some of these painted up soonish. Alright, we will pop that back into the bag. I'm going to put this other one in there with it so I don't lose any pieces. And then into our last Ziploc bag. Or, well, I guess technically it's a Ziploc bag. Into the last bubble wrap bag. This one has a ton of stuff in there. So that first one that we looked at must have been Morgan Earp. Then we looked at what I am assuming is the UR31C Heavy Lawbot. And then this one is probably the UR30 Lawbots, because there's 3 of them here. And so we've got 2 of them on one sprue, different poses, and then a third one on the other sprue. Pretty cool. And an arm that's popped off of somewhere. And a little sprue thing of hats. Very, very happy with the detail looking on these so far. They're going to be amazing to paint up. Oh lord. There is a whole bunch of loose arms in this bag. They've all pretty much popped off the sprue. But we've got a sprue full of arms. So one has a hand open. One has a pistol in the other arm. This one's got his hand open as if he's holding it up to say halt. And yeah. So we've got 3 pistol hands, 3 other hands. Cool. Get those all put back in the bag. And then the cards. So each unit has, you've got the posse card for the Lawman faction posse. It's got your Armoured Justice themed posse and then the Lawman faction posse on the back. So when you're posse building, it's got the requirements on what you have to have in there. Morgan Earp's card. UR31C Heavy Lawbot. Some canine gun dogs. Some UR30 Lawbots. And some condition cards in unit common rules, and then Lawman faction mounts. So, different things that you can look at there. So, let me give you a quick look at. There's the Lawbots. Just the slide out of the way for a second so we don't get so much glare. Lawbots. The 30 Lawbots. Canine gun dog, the UR31C Heavy Lawbot, Morgan Earp, and then the Faction Posse card. And all of these cards are available online, so you can go to Warcradle's website and download a PDF with all the cards on there. In fact, I think it's recommended that you do so, because there may have been an update on them. So, alright. Stick all this back into this box. Just try again. Put all these back into this side. Much better. And let's take a look at what's in this Rules and Govern set just a minute. Here. So those of you not familiar with the term Govens, it's kind of like all the little extra things that you need to play the game. So it's going to have all your tokens, it's going to have all of those different items that you are required to play the game. So, cool looking box. I really like this red wood grain box. It's really awesome. Got a little measuring stick in there. Acrylic, what I assume to be a blast template of some sort, or spray template, or 2-in-1 template. The measuring stick is cardboard, so Mine's a little bit bent, actually. Got some 10-sided dice. Pretty sure they're 10-sided. Let me double check before somebody corrects me on it. Yeah, 10-sided dice, because this works off of a D10 system. 4 of them in there. Really cool red and black theme. Got a nice handy-dandy rulebook with all of everything you're going to need to play the game. And of course, there's always, as always, there's updates available on their website via the PDF. Some really cool art in there. Some lore about the dystopian age. Lots of lore about the dystopian age. So that's where this is set in, if I recall. So you've got about, I don't know, the first half of the book is rules. Maybe the first third of the book is rules, and then the second third of the book is lore. So if you're into the lore of the world, you've got this much on the left here is rules, and this much on the right is just lore for you to read. Pretty awesome. And then a basic sheet of tokens. So I assume that this is supposed to be snapped in on the side, and that just came off in shipping. No big deal. Got all the different tokens. They punch out easy enough. Hazard tokens, stunned, hungered, disordered, on lookout tokens. Just the basic stuff to get you started playing the game. So, and then we've got this thing I kind of just glanced over, which is a deck of cards. It's got your action and adventure card decks. So this game system works off of a deck of cards system to see how many actions you get each turn. So when it's your turn to activate, you draw a card, and that tells you how many action points you have to use that turn. And certain models can only use like up to X number of action points, so maybe they can only use up to 2 on their turn, and if you draw a card that gives you 3 action points, well, then you just wasted it. So I'll show you what some of those look like here as soon as I get this plastic off of this deck. There we go. Alright. Let's see if I can't get this puppy open. Oh look, more plastic. Come out. They're really stuck in there. Alright. Let's open the bottom up. And we'll do it that way. Okay. So, you've got what I was talking about here is we've got these action cards that you put in a deck face down, you draw one on your turn, and it tells you how many action points you get. They're also used for initiative bids, so for example, this one's worth 5 action points, obviously this one's worth 4 action points, but also in the small gear up here, you have a number like 48 or 47, and based on what you draw, for initiative is where you go in a round. So my understanding is each player needs a deck of these, and I think these 2 decks go together. Fairly certain they do. I've not actually played the game yet, but I've watched a lot of videos on playing it, and that seems to be what I've seen people doing. So, and the action points all range from 1 to 2 to 3, and on up from there. So, you create your deck. And then we also have these adventure card deck that give you a hand of cards that allow you to do special things during each round. So, you've got one side that says glory and one side that says guts. And so, on the glory side, if you achieve what the glory side says, like this one says achieve the following: destroy a hands unit in a shoot action this turn and score 1 VP when doing so. So a hands unit is like the basic unit in the game. And if you do that, then you can play this card and get a victory point for it. Or you can play it for guts, to the guts side, to say reveal this card and discard to gain the following for this activation. And I think that's +1 action point, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know all the iconography yet, but they've got different things like reveal this card to discard and gain this following for this action, whatever that symbol means. This unit gains +1 quick if you discard it. This unit gains +1 action point. This might be grit. But all kinds of different things that go into this deck. And there's a ton. And so it's an either or, and you get a small deck of these cards, or a hand of these cards, to play throughout the game. So at the end of their activation of one of your face units, which faces are like your bosses, like Morgan Earp versus the Lawbots. So the Lawbots would be like a hand unit, whereas Morgan Earp is going to be your face. At the end of this activation of one of your face units is in the enemy deployment zone, score a victory point. And just like most games, whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game wins. So it's not all about getting out there and shooting the other opponent first. Sometimes it may be smarter to try to get some of the victory points. The unique thing about this game is, as far as I know, every unit only has 1 hit point, and so, you know, getting shot can be devastating. So your faces only have 1 hit point, although they have ways to mitigate that 1 hit point damage. But you know, you could lose your face to just an unlucky dice roll. But there's ways to mitigate that through things like you get fate points and different things like that. You know, fate points let you re-roll your dice if you don't like the outcome, and your faces get a certain number of those. So, but that's the Wild West Exodus Armoured Justice Posse box. And most of the other Posse boxes are going to come with this same Govern set. It's just going to be a matter of what miniatures and what faction do you want to play. So pick up the one that you like best. I have bought hard into Lawmen, and I have a ton of different Lawmen miniatures now. So I bought... Sorry, I went away for a second. I bought, you know, some Ranger Showboat stuff, some Deputized Gunslingers, Veteran Rangers and Minutemen, the Infernal Investigations. So I've determined that I'm going to play Lawmen. But if you're interested in getting into the game, let me know in the comments what faction you think you'd like to play. You know, the Lawmen are kind of the quote good guys, but there's Union, which is like the Union Army after the Civil War. There's I think it's the Warrior Nation, which are Native American-esque. There is Aliens, I don't remember what they're called. There is the Enlightened, which are kind of like the Scientist, I think. There's all kinds of different factions out there for you to check out with and see what you would like to play. If you are interested in getting into the game, you can check out the different things on Warcradle's website, Warcradle Studios. And if you'd like to purchase the game, we are selling different sets of this on our website at thefifthtrooper.com. Go to the store tab, and we should have these starter sets in stock on the website right now when this video is released. So go check. And if not, send us an email. I'm sure we can get one on pre-order for you or something. But thanks for stopping by for this unboxing. Keep your eye out to see some of these miniatures painted on the Fifth Trooper Network site. Again, this is Dustin Harvey with Jagged Brush Studios saying thanks for stopping by, and I've enjoyed unboxing this with you.